I am out here since the sun started bursting out, and it's going on 9:30 a.m. It's still a lot of white, but since the sun came out, I thought I would come on my front porch and check the garden. And also, I'm trying out my new phone and its different ways you can use the camera. But I can't even see this small picture. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know what my face. But anyway, just to get the inspired sensation of we're for us to start growing our own food, I thought I would bring you along and do my checkup on my front porch garden. And first off, these leeks, they were planted. Okay, now here's the camera. Let me see. They were planted, from the leeks that I bought out of the store, the leek onions, and they were about that tall when I planted them, and we could see how tall they're getting. I could start harvesting, cutting them back, and use them in my food. I think I may have cut them one time already, but they're growing good in this cold front porch atmosphere. And we could also see some of the ice. How do I make this larger? I guess I can't. Trying to make it larger to see the ice that's still going on the window that hasn't thawed out quite yet. And I just took the cover off of my avocado and mango trees, and because I really don't want them to be, damaged by the cold weather. They're growing very good. They're happy. And again, since I saw the sun peeping out, I took the covers off so they could enjoy some of the sunlight, because they've been covered up for about 2 days and they want to be in the sun. These are turnips in here. I really need to thin them out, and some of the ones that I had already thinned out, I put them in here, and they're not being, unhappy in the cold weather. What, Hatchet? You got to go outside, use the restroom? Come on. And, okay, come on. Hatchet don't mind the cold weather. He's fine in cold weather. But I don't be wanting him to be out there so long. But he be wanting to go play sometimes. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, he all right with the cold weather. But I think then he had to hurry up and use the bathroom. But back to the garden. What are you doing? Look at this here. I guess he said it's too cold out there right now. But anyway, some of the turnips and carrots, some of the carrots and turnips. Don't you do that. And now this is what I noticed, and this is what made me want to go ahead and get the camera and start recording, because these are turnips here, and I noticed that roots were. I'm going to pause this and see what he's trying to tell me. I know you're not hungry because you got food in your thing down there. Go, please. But this what it caused me to turn the camera on. I noticed that roots were growing up under the pot. So that means I've got to transfer these, divide them up, because these are turnips as well. I've got to divide them up so the bulbs can take time to grow. And these garlics, they're still growing. I've harvested some of the tops of the garlic and used them as well, and they've growing back. And now the carrots in here, the cold I'm hoping, I don't know what's going on, but the two that were very good and strong, the weather destroyed the greens off of the carrots. But these are garlics. The ginger, it's not starting to come up yet. I don't see any sign of ginger coming up. And these were onion seeds that I planted. They were sitting down here, but I think the soil is too saturated, so I got them sitting up here so they could drain. And I may need, I don't know, I hope it's not too cold for them. And what's in here? Bell peppers that are in here. I don't see any sign of growing, but I took it out of the water, sitting in the water as well, so it could drain, because I don't want it to be soaked. Let's see. Now, I had my turnips that I left on the bulbs because I discovered very tiny green leaves growing off of them while these were in my refrigerator to eat. But I was like, wow, I'm going to see if they're going to keep growing. And sure enough, the leaves are getting, I had to graduate from this size cup to a mayonnaise jar. So now I'm going to have to even get a bigger something bigger to contain it. So the weather, I think they like the cold weather, but I don't want them to, I want to keep it in like a greenhouse atmosphere. And this, I cut the turnip down, but you could see the roots. I'm going to see how long. I'm just going to let it stay in there and keep, now here, the roots on this one as well coming out of the bottom. There's roots on that as well. So I'm just going to keep it inside of there and see what it does. Push come to shove, I know I'm going to eat the greens, but I'm curious to know. I'm just curious to see. I don't think these would grow any more bulbs, roots, but I thought about transferring it into the soil, but I think I'm just going to keep them in water to just see what's going on. And this one here, it started looking bad, but I cut it, and I did change the water this morning. But I don't know, maybe it needs to be a soil, I don't know, but it doesn't have roots on the bottom. It doesn't have roots, but it's still growing from the turnip. And these are my blackberries or cherries or whatever kind of tree it is. I had to put them in a bigger container as well. They're starting to sprout out wide. They like it in there. Now, the pineapples, I will tell you, it's a story regarding the pineapples, but I don't know if I'm an experimenter because I haven't had much success with these pineapples. But I have this one. The tops of the pineapple is cut in quarters. You know, they're cut in half. So, and this one is the only one I left whole. I left it whole. So I'm going to see if roots come out. That way I could plant them in a bigger pot or something. But again, I'm seeing what method am I going to get roots from. These are roots on the back here, but yeah, they feel strong though. But I'm going to see what's going to happen. I don't know. Is this alive? I think that's dead. I think that's dead because that's mushy. That's not making it. And I'm not going to do anything with these. I'm going to leave them in there. They feel like they're strong in the dirt. Oh, wow. Yeah, see, that's strong in the dirt. And again, these are pineapples, small pineapples tops that I cut in half and planted them in the soil. And I wanted to see what this would do in the water. And this isn't making it. I could throw that away or put it in my compost for, you know, for that. And let me show something else that I'm doing when it gets time to plant for spring and summer and stuff. I'm making my food scraps. I keep them in different bags, and I'm also using my dog food. It's about that same size, where I'm throwing my food scraps and covering it in soil as well. And my coffee grains, banana peels, all of my natural food scraps, I'm throwing it in here, and that's very heavy. But I had discovered soil in a black plastic bag that I had here, and it had like food scraps in it, and I discovered a couple of worms in it. So that's what made me say, well, let's see if worms gonna come in there. I probably need to throw a little water, spray some water in there, you know, just to add to it. But this will be used for my spring garden when it's time to go outside and plant. I'm not saying I'm looking forward to that, because that does take some work, but I will be doing it because my goal is to grow my own food. So be inspired. How do I make this larger? Isn't that crazy? And this is a Galaxy phone. I was better with my older Galaxy phone. But anyway, so again, be inspired. And right now, I guess I'm going to go ahead and transplant these two so they can have room enough to grow the big turnip roots. Okay, have a blessed day. Oh, a couple of more things I didn't check in on my front porch little garden is my coffee. Move, boy, I tell you, he heard me talking, he dashed all the way from outside. I haven't checked. I haven't checked on my coffee in a few days. Now see, yeah, let them get some sun too. I see these some of the leaves have turned brown. I don't know if I should take them off, but it feels good and sturdy. Yeah, see, some of the leaves have turned brown. I think I'll get scissors and probably cut those off. Cut the brown leaves off. Yeah. Oh, he'll do Mookie. Yeah, see, it's cold on this porch. So coffee don't like that cold weather at all. But they're strong. They're very strong. Let me see how moist. Probably need a little water. Oh, that felt damp. Yeah, it felt damp. I don't know if it's feeling cold or damp. Well, I can't tell. But, yeah, see, some of the leaves are browning. So I'm going to leave that off so they could get some sun, too. Hope it's not too cold still out here on the porch. But, I'm going to also, the second thing that I left off was regarding my potatoes. I be forgetting I be having potatoes and stuff in the pantry. These were in the dark again. I brought them outside on the porch rather so they could get some sunlight. But these have got to be planted, and I got potatoes down in the basement of poor things. I know that basement was cold, so I know I'll check them whatever day I go down there. But I don't know if these are yams or sweet potatoes, because I think you could eat the leaves off of sweet potatoes. But I want to be able to plant these so I could eat the greens off of the sweet potatoes or something, as well as grow sweet potatoes or yams. I don't know which ones are these sweet potatoes, but so yeah, these potatoes have got to be planted soon. And I was thinking about doing an experiment. I was looking at hydroponics or aeroponics or something like that, growing stuff in water. So that's one reason I'm planning on leaving the turnips in the water and just let them grow. And I kind of want to, I saw one video regarding potatoes being grown, not submerged in water, but they had the roots where they were growing down, and the potatoes were growing off of the roots that was growing down, and the roots kept being misted, sprayed all through the day. I guess that, they had some type of machine watering the roots, and they were harvesting potatoes off of the roots that wasn't in soil. So I'm also considering some type of contraption I could make to see if I could grow potatoes not submerged in water, because potatoes don't like to be soaked. I know that. So I'm going to find something that I can hang up high, the potato up high, and let the roots, and every day I would go and keep them, maybe have them in a container where they can be like in a green. Now look at him. See, look at him now. He know he don't belong out there. Get your butt in this yard. Get in this yard. He know he don't belong. Look at him now. Oh my gosh. Hatchet, get your behind back in this yard. Get in the yard. Go back in the backyard. Get in the backyard now. Now. See, he think he want to make me do what he want me to do. Come on in here. Out there in that road. You know better than that. You know better than that. Let me go close this back door. Come on back in here. You're not going back. Come back in here. Hatchet. Come on back in here. Come here, Hatchet. See, he done got at that stage where he want to start being rebellious. But okay. I'm not playing. Come back in here. See, he know exactly what he doing. He know I'm trying to close that back door. Boy, I tell you. But anyway, but yeah, so that's something, I don't know. Like I told you, I like experimenting and testing and trying, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But yeah, I'm gonna try a few potatoes, some type of way to have it set up where the roots can come down, and I would be able to keep it in like a greenhouse containment. And I want to see if potatoes will grow like that instead of putting them in soil. It's just different, just adventure, something to do. All right, have a blessed day.